Good morning, boys and girls, and all my fellow stroke folk out there. It's Saturday, 12:30 in the morning, or afternoon now. It's no longer morning. The sun is up. It's me, your humble, neighborhood-friendly stroke assaulter. I'm going to cover a couple of letters of the alphabet today. And again, I retain the right to revisit letters. This morning's video, or the video we're going to do for now, is U is for understanding. Now, this video is not directed specifically at the people that have had stroke. This is directed at people that are around the people that have had a stroke. And maybe to give some of the stroke folk some insight about people around them. U is for understanding. Having a conversation with a friend via text this morning who had someone close to them have a stroke, and they had to help, provide care during that person's stroke. And I have some concerns about me returning to work or not returning to work, or what might happen when I return to work. Some of it's anxiety, right, and whatnot. And you know what? They actually took the time to listen. Like, consistently listen to my concerns, not be patronizing, not be dismissive, to actually, give me a realistic perspective other than my own. That's rare in my experience. I've had people be dismissive, be patronizing, get the there, you'll get over it, stop having a pity party. I've had people within 24 hours of my stroke, their only concern was, do I need video games, right? Not any kind of questioning towards me about what hospital are you in, where did it occur, how are you, what unit are you on, just, do you need video games, was the only actual question I was presented. And I'm like, really? Yeah. There's nothing more patronizing in the entire world than have just had a stroke, and the only question someone has of you is, do you need video games? Not, hey, can you have visitors? Hey, can you, how are you? Where are you? Where did it happen? None of that, right? That is probably one of the most ultimate patronizing things I've had during this experience. While I was at work, one day turning in paperwork, I had someone told me to stop having a pity party. This goes back to the video A is for assholes. And the advice I got was completely nonsensical. Absolute dribble. You're also going to find people that I don't present as having had a stroke, right? Per se. Physically, I'm 85 to 95% of where I was before my stroke. That will get better with rehab, physical therapy, and me getting back to the gym. There will probably be some obstacles now and again. There is a potentiality that I may need a walking stick occasionally. Don't know yet. There is, I physically, there's no facial droop. I don't have tremors. I usually walk okay. I'm a bit slow at times. And I have foot drop now. Found that out yesterday. Yay, I have foot drop. But cognitively is where my problem is. Or not problem, difficulties. Because I had a left brain parietal stroke, I have difficulty processing input from multiple locations simultaneously. Because of the type of stroke I had, I have balance issues. So yeah, I can have shitty days. I've encountered people that are dismissive. Like, oh, you don't look like you've had a stroke. Oh, you look like you're standing okay. Yeah, you are watching your current 5-minute snippet of me, right? So for the people that are around those that have had a stroke, one, this is something you just don't get over. Those in the back that missed it, I'm going to say this again. This is something you just do not get over, right? A stroke is going to be one of the most life-altering events that someone's going to have. The stroke is going to be something that it's not going to just get over, right? Would you say that to someone who had a heart attack? Just get over it? No. Would you say that to someone who just lost a baby? No. Or another loved one? No. Just get over it, right? No, you wouldn't. So, yeah, that I've kind of had people intimate that, oh, just get over it. It's just a stroke. You're not that bad off. Yeah, you don't know what I go through to get ready to go out into the world or what happens when I get home from the world, right? So, not only that, you're going to have to be understanding that you might have had plans for the day that get shot to hell partway during those plans. Or that person wakes up and has a wicked, headache. Something that Tylenol just doesn't take away. Or, a good bath or a shower. You may have, uh, plans for later on in the year. I was planning on going to Las Vegas again in 2019 for the SHOT Show. I'm not insurable to travel. So I could go to Vegas, yeah. I can't get traveler's insurance. So I live in Canada. If I go to the States, my Canadian healthcare is only going to cover maybe $1,000 of that bill if I end up in hospital. So, and I cannot right now get traveler's insurance, and I'm told it's unlikely I will be able to get traveler's insurance due to the stroke at the time in January when I'm going to need it. Someone wants to donate like $130,000 to me so I can go to Vegas. Yeah, I'm good with that. Perfectly okay with that. Yeah. So when it comes to understanding, there's a lot of things you have to understand. One, for those that have had a significant stroke, where you have major physical difficulties, the understanding is a bit more easy because people can see what you're going through. You were in hospital for weeks or months after your event. You have communication issues. Like you demonstratively present as if you've had a stroke, right? So for the people that have had a significant stroke, oh yeah, I can see that understanding won't be an issue. For people that are fairly healthily along in their recovery journey, their rehab journey, or people like me that I lucked out. I'll admit that. I completely lucked out. I ended up having a moderate left parietal lobe stroke. Right? And I was in the middle range of the moderate when they finally discharged me and they did their final assessments. So I have people look at me all the time, oh, you didn't have a stroke. I'm like, yeah, I kind of did. Yeah. So you're going to encounter people that won't be as understanding as they need to be, right? You're going to have to educate friends and family around you how your world has changed and how they're going to have to modify their routines to help you. Be that we're not going to restaurants for a while. Be that if we're going to talk, I need everyone in front of me. I can't do everyone in a circle. I kind of need everyone in front of me. Be that I can't handle a two-part conversation, so If there's 3 people sitting together, only one person can speak at a time. Be that, um, you know, I don't know what, right? Um, because I can only speak for my experience. I can't speak for other people's experience. And if the people continue to be not understanding, um, and they're not willing to take the time to understand what you are going through, and they're going to be dismissive or patronizing, uh, just don't deal with them. Problem solved, right? If they're going to be less than meaningful in assisting you in your recovery, then why keep them around? It's that simple. Um, you know, because I'll be honest, there are days where even I have no clue what's going on in my thinker. I legitimately have this pendulum that swings from good days to oh fuck, right? And it can go from to oh fuck, or from a good day to oh fuck, right? On the drop of a hat. Literally, you get a hat, preferably a Toronto Maple Leafs hat, because, you know, that's just the hat to drop. Not a hockey fan, right? Take the hat, drop on floor, right? At that point, that's how quickly your day can change. Now, I appreciate for those of you that are around the person that's had the stroke, this is going to be extremely frustrating. Right? I appreciate that. And at some points, the person who's had the stroke is going to have what is perceived like attempting to exert control over other people. It's not the case. They're trying to exert control over their situations and scenarios, right? Unfortunately, people tend to be in those situations and scenarios. So they may have to come up with things like, you know, rules for communication for a while, right? Because they need those rules. They're going to come up with, you know what, I'm only going to, like, I'm not good for anything more than 3 hours in the world, and then I have to be home. Kind of like they're going to turn into a pumpkin. It could be, you know, anything, right? They may have to, because you're trying to reintegrate yourself into the world, but unfortunately the world is a noisy, busy, frenetic place that the scrambled thinker can't handle some days, right? I'm okay at home with the lighting in my house. You take me out to a place where there's a lot of fluorescent lighting, 90 minutes, and then I need to leave. And that's not me being difficult. That's my brain telling me you are done. You are physically done. There's nothing you can do about that. Right? Yeah. That's the thing. Right? So, for those of you that have had a stroke, I understand completely that you are going to be frustrated by the people around you. So today's video, U is for understanding, is directed at the people around those that have had a stroke. If they tell you they need something, right, please listen. If they're trying to have a conversation with you about where they are in their world, please take the time to be mindful, to meaningfully listen, to actively listen, and don't be dismissive or patronizing. Don't give bullshit realistic, solutions, such as, oh, you can make t-shirts or shadow boxes, or do you need video games, right? Provide, realistic, actual, meaningful solutions, right? And sometimes conversation is simply meant to provoke thought, right? I'm not looking for anything specific out of you. Just, I need someone to listen, right? Unfortunately, there are people that aren't big on understanding. Well, on that note, I'm gonna go and think up another letter of the day. I gotta figure out this editing thing, because unfortunately, part of the thinker is not getting around how to edit. It's a skill I haven't been able to master yet. But that being said, if you happen to have a stroke yourself or know someone who's had a stroke, please like, share, subscribe, let your friends know about the channel. If you are enjoying what you're watching, please share this with your friends, right? If there's something you want to see me cover, please leave a comment down below on any of my videos, right? And if you happen to notice either in yourself or someone around you the signs or symptoms of a stroke, that being, you should be able to remember this, you've had these, facial droop, right? Inability to raise both arms equally effectively or at all, right? Slurring, stuttering of speech, inappropriate word usage for situation or context, inability to smile equally effectively or at all, general body weakness, weakness on one side, or inability to stand unaided, please immediately place that person in a position of comfort and dial 911. Something so simple can save a life.